Hello, amigos. My name is Richard Elzy. I have a very important message I want to share with you. It's a message on how I was able to lose 50 pounds eating tacos, burritos, and pozole. So now that I have your attention, just a quick background on myself. I'm a single parent of two beautiful children. Graduated from Georgetown University. In fact, I was a former college athlete, played baseball for the Hoyas. Fast forward 2 decades in corporate America. I'm now a mortgage broker by trade, have been for the last couple of years, and that's actually kind of where this story begins. So let me take you back a couple of years. So it's a time in my life where I was devoting probably about 60, 70, sometimes 80 hours a week to my office setting in a cubicle. Had no time to work out. I would leave work and rush to go see my kids, whether they were playing baseball, soccer, whatever their events were. Went home, got them bathed, got them fed, and went to sleep, did it again the next day. It was a time in my life where that was pretty much my schedule every day. And it was definitely a point in my life where I was the most unhealthy that I've ever been. I remember going into the holiday season a couple years back, worried because if you know anything about Mexican families, you do know that during the holidays we probably pack on about 10 to 15 pounds with all the great food, especially my mom spoils me, so I blame her in part, but it was a time in my life where I didn't have any time to work out. Already going into the holiday season where I was already the highest I'd ever been, and looking to probably put on another 10 to 15 pounds. By the grace of God, I met this beautiful, healthy guru celebrity couple. Their names are Sean and Tylene Loomer. We became really good friends during this time, and they were nutritionists for Steve Nash, former Phoenix Suns. They've worked with Larry Fitzgerald. They worked with the San Antonio Spurs when they were going through their championship runs. Worked with a lot of professional and college athletes, and so they came to me with a lot of credibility. And they quickly diagnosed what was going on with me. And I remember the conversation with Tylene. Tylene told me, "Your problem, Richard, is that your food's getting stuck in your gut, and you're not processing the food, which is the food's already processed as it is, but my body's not able to process it and break it down to the smallest possible molecule so that my body could then get rid of what it doesn't need and utilize the food that it does need." So up to this point, I hadn't really put too much thought into how that worked, gut health, and they introduced me to what that was all about. And again, I was going into the holiday season already severely overweight, and I had nothing to lose. So they introduced a digestive enzyme called Life, and what it is basically, it's natural, plant-based, whole food enzymes. So our body naturally produces enzymes when we eat food and it goes to the pancreas. Our body releases enzymes to help break down the food. That's what it does. It breaks it down to the smallest possible molecule so that our bodies, which have an enormous ability to heal themselves and to function when we allow it to. So what she told me is you're not breaking down your food. It's getting stuck in the gut, which was obvious. That part was obvious, but the science behind it is what she explained. And I was open to listening to it because I was going into, again, the holiday season and I had nothing to lose. And I started taking this digestive enzyme before Thanksgiving. And typically when I put on 10 to 15 pounds by January 1st, I ate really bad. Again, tacos, burritos, pozole probably for like 2 weeks straight, because that's, tamales, it's what we do in the holiday season, right? And to my dismay, I was able to lose 18 pounds from Thanksgiving to January. And again, I was eating like crap. So, boom, that opened my mind, opened my eyes to learn more about the science of it. So I went back to Tylene, and she just, what she explained to me was basically, we as a society way too much processed food, right? We weren't meant, our bodies weren't meant to eat the amount of processed food. And again, everything's processed out there, right? Very few people, I know myself, I'm not eating fresh vegetables, fresh fruit all day long. And those types of food already have the digestive enzymes in them to break down the foods. So like when you eat an apple and you see it turning brown, it's activated when the air hits the apple. It's activating the enzymes to basically eat itself and dissolve itself. And so again, as we get older, these enzymes that are in our pancreas, we have less and less as we get older. So it's harder as we get older to process the food. So that was the science behind it, and it definitely opened my eyes because how was I able to lose 18 pounds eating things I shouldn't have been eating on a daily basis? So I started to think about that. I started to entertain new diets. I've introduced a lot more fresh and living food. That's definitely helped out. So it's taken me from losing 18 pounds to now losing 50 pounds over the last, I would say, year and a half that I've been taking this religiously. And it's completely changed my life. Again, I was in a point in my life where I was not working out at all. Now I'm working out on a basis. I'm able to swim at least half a mile. I'm able to take care of a 5-acre farm. These are all things that would have been very difficult for me to have done a year and a half ago. And it's so important to me that this life shift and change that's happened in me. I'm very passionate about helping everyone else understand what's out there, because, diets out there, they're fad diets. It doesn't matter what it is, right? It's a fad diet, and it's unrealistic for us to think that we're going to change our diet the rest of our lives to manipulate the diet within our food, to manipulate the way our body reacts to these diets, right? What's more, I think, what makes more sense to me is to introduce more raw, fresh and living fresh fruit, vegetables into my diet. But I love meat, and that's and there's processed food, and just the world we live in. I think it's unrealistic to think that I'm going to get away from processed food altogether. In fact, I know I'm not. So with the use of the digestive enzyme, what it's doing is it's breaking down whatever it is that you put into your gut, into your pancreas. It's breaking it down to the smallest molecules, so your body can make use of the nutrients you do need from food and get rid of what you don't need. So I have a little demonstration here for you. We all remember the snack packs. This represents processed food to the max, sugars, all kinds of stuff in here, right? Very, very processed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up to give you a demonstration on how enzymes work. Good stuff. So some tools, some helpful tools that I'm going to need. Now again, this represents, look, this is the stuff that gets in our gut, right? So do we want this in our bodies? I don't know. This is a digestive enzyme. So plant-based, whole food enzymes that are coming from plants out there that we know are good at breaking down the foods in our body. So the capsule is a vegetarian capsule. And again, everything in here is all natural, plant-based. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up. And I'm completely pouring all of it in here. So everything that was in the veggie capsule is now within the pudding. As you can see it right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replicate what the body does, what our gut does once the food reaches the pancreas. So I'm gonna stir this into it. And again, the science behind this, I wasn't open to until I saw what it did for me personally. And over the last year and a half, it's been 1 to 2 pounds per month that I'm losing. It hasn't been drastic. It's not like I'm losing all kinds of weight. It's been something that I've been utilizing for a good year and a half, and that compounds. And now again, I'm in the best shape of my life. So I'm stirring it like typically what would happen in our stomachs. And you can see that I've probably stirred it for about 30 seconds or so. Let me give a few more stirs just so you can see what this does and the beauty of the digestive enzymes. So again, did it for about 45 seconds maybe. Completely turned it to liquid. What it's doing is it's breaking it down to the smallest molecule, right? So that our body can naturally do what it's supposed to do. Now, I'm using chocolate pudding. Don't think this is a visual of what's going to happen. All it's doing basically is it's allowing the body to do naturally what it's supposed to do. So it's not a laxative. You're not going to run to the restroom. What it's going to do, though, it's going to go through the whole digestive system and be out by the morning. So even when you have a huge meal, let's say for dinner, taking 2 or 3 of those digestive enzymes will break down the food and allow you to get rid of it by the next morning, and your stomach's a lot flatter than it would be. There's not the compounding effect of that. And again, this has had a drastic difference in my health. Again, it's the best health I've been probably since college, and the whole science behind it, I was open to it more so because I saw what it did to me while I was eating some really bad food. So the point of this video isn't for you to think, all right, I should be eating tacos, burritos, all that good stuff, right? We know we're going to eat those things, right? We know it's best in moderation. But by introducing this digestive enzyme, it's allowing your natural enzymes in your body, which do other things like clean your blood out, help prevent disease. It's allowing those enzymes in your body to do what naturally they're supposed to do. Instead of eating, let's say, a Thanksgiving meal where we know we're sleepy after we eat, we're so tired. What's happened is all the enzymes in your body are pulled down to the pancreas so it can break down that Thanksgiving meal. That's why we're so tired. That's why we want to sleep afterwards. By utilizing digestive enzymes, even with a Thanksgiving meal, basically you're allowing the other enzymes in your body to do what they're supposed to do, and utilizing these digestive enzymes to break down the food so that it's not so taxing on your body. So again, I want to share this with the world because it's something that's done wonders in my life, wonders in my close friends and family. Just the testimonies we've had are just amazing. So do get with me. You can reach me at 602-740-4072. I can personally coach you through this and explain how it is that you can get your hands on these digestive enzymes. You can also email me at enfuegoprosperity@gmail.com. Again, this is Richard Elzy. I appreciate your few moments of listening to me and hope you have a blessed day. Take care.